A lot of work went into our April Fool's video. You might have seen it again if you're watching this stream.
We're sorry.
Specifically, Rob and our motion graphics designer, Gurk, worked pretty tirelessly on this. Rob was up literally all night Friday to hit the April 1st deadline.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, how to control a guardian in Zelda. So this is all kind of faked. Well, a lot of it.
Yeah. It was a pretty fun thing to do once I completed it. I mean, it all started in the features meetings we have every week, and Justin was like, we got to think of an April Fool's thing. And then I said, oh, what if we like faked Link in a tank? And Justin said, what about a guardian? And then the room went silent and our eyes all lit up. Next thing I know, we're trying to make it happen. And so, yeah, this is all fake. We cannot do any of this despite multiple comments. And the comments keep coming. I check it a couple times a day, and there's still people like, I mean, it says April Fool's in the title. I don't get what else do you do with your life. You can't read the whole title. I'm sorry, but I feel bad.
To clarify, for the first 2 days, it did not say that.
Yeah.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
You wanted to go through, or like we wanted to kind of ask you about the process of making this, because there's a lot of stuff in that video that is real, but you kind of repurposed it for the purposes of the visuals and to make it look like a guardian.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right. So yeah, we have Gurk, our amazing graphics guy who helped me out. It was really fun to do. So we started, Justin, myself, and a couple other people involved. We're just thinking like, all right, well, how do we want to go about making this? You know, you have to draw it out, right? Like these are the steps you need in order to get into a guardian. So we had a lot of things in the works. Like we thought about what if you go to the top of like Satori Mountain at 3 p.m. and whistle, and then wait for whistle to come back, and then whistle again. So we were doing all these steps, and then it came down to like, all right, it's an item. So then we're like, how would you do it? So I was thinking, well, rare items. So it's like dragon parts. So I basically made a dragon guide, which people in the comments were like, it's actually a pretty good dragon guide as far as like farming. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and then you throw it all into a, how else do you make things? Well, you cook it. So you throw it all into a pot, and then we threw in the ancient giant core or whatever it is.
It's a pretty valuable item.
It is. And
I feel bad for everybody who tried it and wasted.
A lot of
people are still doing
did.
it.
The game's got great autosaves. You can
true.
just roll back.
Yeah, it was a lot of people who the comments were pretty great. I mean, one guy was just like, God effing damn it. That was my favorite, excuse me. But yeah, anyway, so I asked, we started with, okay, Gurk. So here's me, I used the early phases. I was like, all right, Gurk, can you make me this prompt? We got to have a prompt, right, in order to get into the Guardian. And then I showed him images of Guardian items, and here he is making the first stage of the key, and there it is, final stage there. It looks awesome, like kind of cell-shaded shadows and stuff. And then I was like, all right, Gurk, this is what the Guardian looks like. Me dying to it. So he made a little graphic there, early stages there of the flare, and then that's...
Was the Fennec bow?
Yeah, so that was the other thing is, I kind of knew this early on, because if you know the game, there's a Fennec bow, which is like a sharpshooter bow that essentially lets you aim down sights and eliminates Link entirely from the HUD. So I knew we had to incorporate that. So essentially, here's me, and then I kill the Guardian, which I show going up to. So obviously, this is all cut out. And so then here's me basically like, all right, here's where feasibly I'm cutting this out, and I'm going to start inside the Guardian. So I called a horse, bomb arrows, of course, and then here's the Fennec. So there you go, and then that's your HUD. So then,
so you're lifted off the ground.
Yeah, so you have that height, right, which is pretty key. So then I'm like, yeah, just this is basically the footage I gave to Gurk, and of course I had to like hold down aim the whole time, because once you fire, it actually goes back out to third person. So here's me. Oh, here's another thing too: is the bokoblins here. Bomb arrows only do so much, but later in the game you have silver bokoblins, right? Those do not die in one hit. So I had to only kill really low level guys, which was funny. And this is my favorite right here. I was trying to get footage for Gurk, and I accidentally made a Guardian glitch out. So I spun the camera and put the camera into the Guardian and got like generic, legit walking sound effects of the Guardian just in place moving. So that's what I used for, And so then here is... the font, we couldn't find the font, and I realized it was all about the A. The A, I don't know what type of A you would call it. It's like, as far as font styles go. But anyways, I ended up just getting screenshots, and so I cut out just for the title, and then the rest is a font that we found. But just for the title, Ancient Guardian is like actual in-game font. This is literally what I did all night, was this type of stuff. So then I added the key, and the other thing that was tricky was if you know, in the pop-up of the menu, so this is an upside down of a skewer. I wanted to get that glow to put behind the key, so I had to like crop out the skewer just enough to put behind the key. Oh, again, this is like...
Oh, like that flare that comes up behind certain
right,
items?
like that was pretty crucial. And then here is basically layered 3 images. So then you have to incorporate... All right, so when you get an item or cook an item, Link is actually moving. So if you look at it, there's actually a bunch of jump cuts, but you had to have Link moving behind. So I basically had him stand there, and then I cropped out all the hearts and prompts in order to make it look legit. And then here's the finale. Bam! Here's the cut.
That was awesome.
Oh my god.
Did you come up with that text too? You distilled.
I'm sorry. Justin is awesome. If you read the text, it's really great. I forget what it says, but
You distilled the power, wisdom of courage. Or
right. It's very much in the same vein of the style they have for like more ambiguous, mysterious items, which was great. And then, here's the final thing.
Oh my gosh.
I think maybe you, Peter, stepped in and you said, I think you mentioned the eye. So that's kind of like that.
Oh, I did the smallest thing in this.
And I wanted to show the chat I had with Gurk, where he's still, this was late Friday, where I'm like, can you just give me your files? And he's like, no, dude, I won't mess it up.
I looked over at one point, like probably, because I was there like semi-late for a Friday. I think I was there till 8 p.m. that night, which is nothing compared to your 1 p.m. the next day. But I looked over at your Google Doc that you shared with him for like ideas and stuff, and the title of the Google Doc was, "I'm so sorry, I'll buy you dinner at some point." It was an apology for the in the title.
Yeah,
it was good.
If Gurk is watching, I think he's here today. I'll have to go buy him some lunch.
Make good on that promise. No, it was awesome.
He kicked ass, and it was. I was thinking about it like that morning. I was like pretty delusional. I was thinking like, this is gonna fail. No one's gonna believe this, and I almost wish. Part of me wishes it was like not apparently so believable, because again, some of the comments are pretty.
There's still people coming in and be like, "What the?"
There's so many people who are like, I spent all day trying to do this, and I'm like, yeah. Please reload your save. Please don't.
But then on the flip, there are some people who were in on the joke, just trolling along with everyone, and those actually gave me the biggest laughs. Where there was one guy anyone who was on the fence, like, I can't tell, is this real or is this fake? Is this April Fool's? Some guy's just like fat paragraph, yeah, it's real. And it turns out you can't register at Stables. Like when you do, like everyone in the town gets scared, and they kind of clip through the walls. So you want to like, expect a patch coming. I don't know. People are like, okay, cool, thanks. And then they go try it, I guess.
Didn't someone start saying like, you need the falling star from like this area or something?
I feel like that was probably the other ingredient that should have been in there.
Star fragment.
A star fragment.
Yeah, that's the hardest to get.
Yeah.
No, it was awesome. Regardless, we all had like a work gathering the next day on a Saturday, and Bob came over, and I was like,
how
late?
Delirious.
I was like, how late were you at the office last night? He's like, I just left the office like an hour ago. I was like, Jesus. But it was awesome. It was worth it. Like we were all kind of joking about the comments coming in, and I was like in a car on the way over laughing at. It was at like 10,000 views before. What is that? Like 500K now?
Now it's at, I think, 420,000? 420,000, excuse me.
Yeah.
I think about April Fool's, like you see these other outlets or even just major companies doing some, and they're just so obvious. Right. And there is a way you can do it where it's obvious and just funny, but I think this one was fun to make because it was a legitimate prank opposed to like a goof. And so I think that was kind of fun to do.
That's the big difference. A goof versus a prank.
Yeah.
Love it.
You're usually a goofy guy, so this surprised me. Oh. Cool. Well, anyway, you can go watch that in its entirety on GameSpot, as well as those other ones we mentioned, but we like to think that was the most well-done video and whatnot from April Fool's. If you want to try, you can still try to do what the video told you, but as we've said numerous times, it's not going to work.
I mean, maybe the joke is that it is real.
That'd be funny if. What about Zelda
con.
DLC?
What if it's part of the DLC? Oops.
Guardian ownership. Okay. Anyway, Rob, good work on that. Gurk, if you're watching, same with you.